ask me if I'm okay. Don't ask me if I'm okay. You wouldn't understand the answer. You see the smile, but you don't see what it cost me to wear it. Don't ask me if I'm okay, I learned to say I'm fine, even when I'm losing pieces of myself inside. I became an expert at hiding every scar, laughing with the crowd while I'm falling apart. I don't talk about the nights I couldn't sleep, or the promises I made to myself just to breathe. I don't tell you about the battles in my head, or the dreams that I bury with the people that left. Everybody wants the truth until the truth gets heavy. They want the broken story, but they don't want to help me. So I stopped explaining every wound that I carry, cause people love the sunshine but disappear in the scary. So don't ask me if I'm okay unless you're ready for the truth. Don't tell me that you understand if you've never walked in my shoes. Don't ask me if I'm okay. You don't really wanna know. You see me standing in the light, but you never saw me in the cold. Don't ask me if I'm okay. I've been fighting on my own. I learned how to hide the pain. I learned how to smile alone. If I say I'm fine, maybe that's just what I need to say. Cause if I tell you what's inside my mind, would you still stay? Yeah, I remember every time they said I'd never make it, every door they closed, every chance they wasted. I was reaching for a hand when I started to fall, but I looked around and there was nobody at all. So I built myself from the pieces they ignored, turned every rejection into something I adored. I took the pain and I put it in a song. Now every person who doubted me is watching me move on. I don't need pity, I don't need your sympathy. I needed someone there when nobody believed in me. Now I'm standing here with a heart made of stone, not because I don't feel, I just learned to survive alone. Don't ask me if I'm okay. You don't really wanna know. You see me standing in the light, but you never saw me in the cold. Don't ask me if I'm okay. I've been fighting on my own. I learned how to hide the pain. I learned how to smile alone. If I say I'm fine, maybe that's just what I need to say. Cause if I tell you what's inside my mind, would you still stay? Maybe one day I'll open up. Maybe one day I'll let somebody in. Maybe I'll stop pretending that I don't remember where I've been. But until that day, don't judge the silence on my face. Some people aren't emotionless, they're just tired of being replaced. And if you ever see me crying, don't tell me to be strong. Just sit beside me quietly. You don't have to say a word. I don't need another question, I need someone who can listen, someone who can see the war behind the smile I've been given. I spent too many years trying to prove that I was strong. Maybe strength isn't never breaking, maybe it's surviving when you're wrong. So don't ask me if I'm okay. Ask me if I need. Ask me if I'm tired. Ask me if I still have a plan. Cause underneath this armor, there's a heart that's still alive. And after everything I've lost, I'm still choosing to survive. Don't ask me if I'm okay. Ask me if I'm still here. Ask me if I need somebody to help me face my fear. Don't ask me if I'm okay, cause sometimes I don't know. But I promise you one thing, I won't let the darkness take control. I may be broken, I may be scarred, I may have walked through hell just to make it this far. So don't ask me if I'm okay. Just look into my eyes, I'm still here, and that's enough for tonight. was never supposed to win. They told me I wouldn't make it. They laughed when I fell. They looked at my struggle and thought they knew my ending, but they forgot something. I was never supposed to win. That's exactly why I had to. I came from the bottom with a weight on my chest. Everybody doubted, said I'd never be the best. I heard every whisper, every laugh behind my back. Every time they said I'd fail, I added fuel to the match. I was fighting battles nobody could see, trying to become the man I was supposed to be. Had nights I was broken, had days I was lost, but I kept moving forward no matter the cost. They saw the struggle, never saw the sacrifice, never saw the tears I cried in the middle of the night. They only saw the moments when I stumbled and fell, never saw the war when I was fighting myself. They said, you'll never make it. I said, just watch me try. They wanted me to stay down, but I was born to rise. I was never supposed to win. That's what they told me from the beginning. They counted every failure, but forgot I kept on living. I was never supposed to rise, never supposed to reach this high. They thought the darkness would bury me, but I turned it into light. I was never supposed to win, so I had nothing left to prove. Now every scar upon my body is a reason I refuse to lose. I lost people I thought would be there forever. Learned the hard way that nobody stays together. Some walked away when the road got rough, but losing them taught me I was strong enough. I stopped looking for a hand to pull me out, stopped caring who believed and who kept counting me out. I built my foundation from the pieces they broke, turned every doubt into something I wrote. Now I'm standing where they said I couldn't stand, with the weight of my past still held in my hands. I don't hate the people who abandoned my side. They gave me the reason to discover my fight. They said you'll never make it. I said just watch me try. They wanted me to stay down, but I was born to rise. I was never supposed to win. That's what they told me from the beginning. They counted every failure, but forgot I kept on living. I was never supposed to rise, never supposed to reach this height. They thought the darkness would bury me, but I turned it into light. I was never supposed to win, so I had nothing left to prove. Now every scar upon my body is a reason I refuse to lose. If you're listening right now and they told you you're not enough, if they laughed at your dream and called your journey too tough, remember this. Their opinion isn't your destiny. The doubt isn't your identity. Your failure isn't your final chapter. Sometimes the people who doubt you become the reason you discover how powerful you really are. So let them remember the person they doubted, the one they ignored, the one they counted out. I don't need revenge, I don't need their praise. I let my results speak louder than their hate. I walked through the fire and came out alive. I looked at the fear and refused to hide. They thought I would break when the I'm still here, I'm still breathing, I'm still fighting, and now they'll never forget me. I was never supposed to win. Maybe that's why winning means everything. I smile so nobody knows. Yeah. They see the smile, but they don't see what it cost me. I got real good at saying I'm fine. I wake up every morning with a war inside my chest, put a smile across my face and tell the world I'm blessed. Everybody sees the shine, nobody saw the rust. Nobody knows how many times I almost lost my trust. I laugh a little louder when I'm falling apart, change the subject every time they get too close to my heart. I mastered hiding pain, I make silence look like peace, but the truth is every night I fight a war nobody sees. I've been carrying these memories like chains around my feet, trying to outrun every version of myself I couldn't be. I tell everybody, don't worry, I got this with a grin, while I'm standing in the mirror asking how long can I pretend. If you look into my eyes, you might see what I can see. I'm afraid to let you know just how broken I can feel. I smile so nobody knows how many tears I hide. I say I'm good when I'm barely alive, then I disappear inside. I smile so nobody knows the battles that I fight. Everybody loves the man I show, but nobody knows the man inside. I learned to shake the pain off, learn to swallow every doubt, learn to build a perfect mask so nobody could find out. I've been the strong one for everybody, holding up the weight, but who's gonna hold me when I finally lose my faith? I gave advice to broken hearts while mine was breaking too, told people they were worth the world when I forgot that I was worth it too. I kept showing up for people who disappeared when I fell. Funny how I became everybody's shelter while I was drowning by myself. Maybe I'm tired of pretending that the pain doesn't exist. Maybe healing isn't weakness, maybe courage looks like this. Maybe I don't need to hide every scar beneath my skin. Maybe letting someone see me is where I finally begin. If you look into my eyes, you might see what I can see. I'm afraid to let you know just how broken I can feel. I smile so nobody knows how many tears I hide. I say I'm good when I'm barely alive, then I disappear inside. I smile so nobody knows the battles that I fight. Everybody loves the man I show, but nobody knows the man inside. So if you see me smiling, don't assume I never cry. If you see me standing, don't assume I never died. I've been rebuilding from the ashes of the person I once was, and every step I take today is proof I didn't give up. I don't need to hide forever, I don't need to fake the pain. Maybe I can speak the truth and still be strong enough to stay. I spent my whole life hiding from the fear of being known, but maybe I was never broken. Maybe I was healing all along. I smile so nobody knows how many tears I cried. I said I'm good when I was barely alive, but I made it through the night. I smile so nobody knows the battles that I fought. Everybody saw the man I showed, but now I'm becoming who I really am. So if I smile, know that it doesn't mean I'm painless. It means I survived another day, and maybe someday I won't have to hide behind it anymore. Every goodbye left a scar. Every scar left a lesson. And every lesson built the man I'm becoming. I watch people I love turn to strangers overnight. Had to learn that some departures don't come with a goodbye. I was holding on to memories that were already gone, trying to fix a broken bridge when they had already moved on. I gave pieces of my heart to people passing through. Thought they stay forever, but forever wasn't true. I blame myself for every door that closed in my face, till I realized some endings are protection dressed as pain. I cried when nobody could see me, then I stood up like I wasn't bleeding. Told the world that I was good while my heart was barely beating. But every time somebody left, I found a little more of me. Funny how losing what I loved made me who I had to be. I thought goodbye would break me, thought I'd never be the same. But the ashes of my past became the fire in my name. I was built from every goodbye, every I'm leaving, every this is the last time. Every door that slammed shut made me stronger than I was. I was built from every goodbye, every tear that I couldn't hide. You can take the people from my past, but you can't take the strength they left behind. I remember empty rooms and conversations that went cold. People promised they would stay, then disappeared without a word. I learned loyalty can change when the pressure starts to rise. And sometimes the hardest truth is seeing someone choose goodbye. I stopped chasing people who were comfortable watching me fall. Stopped begging for a place at tables that never had me at all. I stopped asking what did I do every time somebody ran, because losing them was painful, but it helped me understand I don't need everybody, I just need the ones who stay, the ones who see the darkness and don't turn their eyes away, the ones who know my history and still believe in who I'll be, the ones who don't just love the light, they stand beside me in the grief. I was built from every goodbye, every I'm leaving, every this is the last time. Every door that slammed shut made me stronger than I was. I was built from every goodbye, every tear that I couldn't hide. You can take the people from my past, but you can't take the strength they left behind. So goodbye to the version of me that needed everyone to stay. Goodbye to the fear of losing what was never mine to keep anyway. I forgive the ones who hurt me, I release the ones who left. I don't carry hate inside me, I've got enough weight on my chest. Every ending had a purpose, every loss became a lesson, every wound became a doorway, every failure built progression. I thought life was taken from me, but now I finally understand. Sometimes God removes the wrong ones so you can finally meet yourself again. I was built from every goodbye, every heartbreak, every long night, every person who walked away made room for me to find my way. From every goodbye, and I'm still standing on the other side. You can take the memories, you can take the tears I cried, but you can't take the man that every goodbye helped me build inside. So here's to every door that closed, every person who had to go, every ending I couldn't understand. You didn't destroy me, you built me. I was built from every goodbye. I was built from every goodbye. I thought the enemy was outside. Turns out I was fighting me. Every night I heard that voice say, you'll never make it. But I'm still here. I had a war in my head that nobody could see. Smile for the world while I battle with me. Carried my pain like a chain on my chest. Told everybody I was finding my best. I was losing my faith, I was losing my way. Had 1,000 regrets that I couldn't erase. Every mirror I faced had a stranger inside. A man who was broken but still wouldn't die. I gave up on dreams just to sleep through the night. Made friends with the darkness, forgot I could fight. I was drowning in thoughts that I couldn't explain. Building a home in the middle of pain. But somewhere beneath all the fear and the scars, there was still a small voice saying, look where you are. You survived every night that you thought was the end. So get up one more time and begin again. I lost myself in the fire. I walked through the flames. I thought I was finished, but I rose from the pain. I survived myself when nobody else could save me. I fought the war inside my head when my own thoughts tried to break me. Told me to tap out. You can bury my past, but you can't bury what I became. I didn't just survive the world, I survived myself. I know what it feels like to hate who you are, to stare at the ceiling and count every scar, to pray for a miracle, wake up the same, to carry the weight and still shoulder the blame. I know what it means when the hope disappears, when your future gets swallowed by all of your fears. When you look at your life and you question your worth, like maybe the pain was your reason for birth. But pain ain't a prison unless you give it the key, and the past ain't a prophet of who you will be. I learned it the hard way, I paid every price, had to lose who I was just to save my own life. Now I walk with the scars that I wanted to hide. They remind me of battles I fought deep inside. I don't need to pretend that the damage was fake. Every scar on my soul is a promise I made. I lost myself in the fire. I walked through the flames. I thought I was finished, but I rose from the pain. I survived myself when nobody else could save me. I fought the war inside my head when my own thoughts tried to break me. Oh, I survived the nights, I survived the doubt, I survived every voice that told me to tap out. You can bury my past, but you can't bury what I became. I didn't just survive the world, I survived myself. To the version of me who was scared to keep going, I wish you could see what your suffering's growing. You thought you were weak because you couldn't stand, but you kept moving forward with blood on your hands. You don't have to be fearless to fight for your life. You don't have to be perfect to step in the light. Sometimes being strong is just breathing again. Sometimes winning means refusing it. So if you're in that darkness, if you're losing your way, if you're fighting a battle you can't explain, remember, the fact that you're still here means the story isn't over. I survived myself. I survived what I became. I walked through the fire, and I came out with the name. I survived the nights, I survived every doubt, I survived the voice that kept telling me to tap out. I looked into the mirror, saw the damage and the pain, then I told that broken person, you're not dying here today. I survived my failures, I survived my shame, I survived the old me, and I won't go back again. You can bury my past, you can remember my mistakes, but you'll never take the life that I fought so hard to save. I didn't just survive the world, I didn't just survive the pain, I didn't just survive the darkness, I survived myself. And if I can make it out, maybe you can too. The war is over, The scars remain, but I'm still breathing. And this time, I'm not running from myself. I survived myself. I survived myself. Yeah. Nobody knew what happened that night. I told everybody I was tired, but I was tired of everything. I was sitting in the dark with my back against the wall, staring at my phone, but I didn't want to call. Everybody said be strong like I hadn't tried, but nobody saw the war I was fighting inside. I had 1,000 thoughts running circles in my head. Every dream I ever had felt like something I had buried dead. I looked into the mirror, couldn't recognize the face. I was searching for the man I used to be before the pain. I kept telling everybody I'm okay, I'll be alright. Then I closed the door behind me and disappeared into the night. I was tired of being strong, tired of hiding every scar, tired of asking God why he let me get this far. And I whispered to the ceiling, does anybody hear me? I was losing my direction, I was drowning in my fear. That was the night I almost gave up, the night I thought I'd had enough. I couldn't see tomorrow through the tears in my eyes, couldn't find a reason to keep fighting for my life. That was the night I almost gave up, but something inside said don't stop. I was broken, I was bleeding, but I wasn't finished yet. That was the night I almost gave up, and somehow I survived it. I remembered every person who said I wouldn't make it, every door that slammed, every promise that was faking, every time I fell and had to stand up alone, every battle that I fought when nobody came home. I thought about the younger me, the kid with the impossible dreams, who believed that one day become everything the world told him he couldn't be. So I wiped the tears away, took a breath and faced the pain. I said if I survived everything before, then I can survive this day. I didn't need to fix my whole life, I just needed one more step, one more breath, one more sunrise, one more chance to become who I hadn't met. And I whispered to the ceiling, maybe I'm still worth saving. The night was getting colder, but my heart was still beating. That was the night I almost gave up, the night I thought I'd had enough. I couldn't see tomorrow through the tears in my eyes, couldn't find a reason to keep fighting for my life. That was the night I almost gave up, but something inside said don't stop. I was broken, I was bleeding, but I wasn't finished yet. That was the night I almost gave up, and somehow I survived it. Now I look back at that night, and I don't hate who I was. He was hurting, he was exhausted, he was carrying too much. And if I could go back, I'd sit beside him in the dark. I'd tell him you don't have to have all the answers, just stay. The story isn't over.
That was the night I almost gave up,
but I woke up when the sun came
that
up.
was the night I almost gave up,
I still had scars, I still had pain,
that was the night I almost gave up.
but I realized I could start again. That was the night I almost gave up, the night I thought I'd had enough, but the darkness didn't win and the pain didn't get the final word. I was broken, I was bleeding, but I found a reason to believe. But I didn't, I'm still here, I'm still breathing, I'm still fighting, and that's enough for me. So if you're standing in the darkness, thinking nobody understands, hold on. You don't have to conquer tomorrow tonight, just make it through this moment, because sometimes the nights you almost give up becomes the night. You discover how strong you really are.